Hey everybody, it's Jason McLaren with This Show is a Disaster Podcast, and today we're talking about travel. It's summertime and everybody's been out of school, but now they're out of school for sure. And so let's talk about family road trips. I know right now with coronavirus, not a lot of people are going to be traveling, but it is a possibility and people are just wanting to get out and do something. So, this can be a good time to spend with your family, especially if you've been quarantined and you want to get out. But there's things you want to do to make sure you're safe and that you're doing the best you can during what's going on. So obviously the first thing is making sure your kids have something to do. And, we want to keep the kids entertained, and there's games out there, and obviously there's all the tablets and iPhones and all that, but they're going to get bored with that eventually, even though it's the newest thing. And sometimes bringing out those old magnetic board games and video games may be better because now it's something new and they get into it. And I know my daughter likes to play I Spy, and so we play, I Spy something blue or something like that. So it's always something, keep them entertained without having to keep buying things. And so that's one thing. The next one is, I call it stopping smart. When you're going to rest stops, you want to make sure that it's a safe rest stop. First of all, you want to make sure it's well lit, especially if it's at night, and that it's not too congested. I know a lot of people want to stop these big rest stops like Buc-ee's here in Texas, and it may not be the best stop if you got a bunch of kids, because you don't want to have to keep track of them at a place they're not familiar with. And then making sure when they get back in the car that you got everybody before you take off. It's the old Home Alone deal. If you got a bunch of kids, you don't want to leave somebody somewhere. And now with coronavirus, when you are stopping, or especially any time with bacteria, when you are stopping, you want to make sure that you're re-sanitizing when you get back into the car. Keep that Lysol spray in there and hand sanitizer, and wash your hands just before you get back in the car, and make sure you got all that taken care of so that you're not confining those germs into the vehicle. And then we get into eating. The rest stop food is not the best. Usually they have those rolling corn dogs and hot dogs, and I've been victim to those a few times. But you want to make sure that when you're eating there, that you're eating something that's good for you, and try not to eat something you have to put your hands on, like a hot dog. You want something that comes in a package, or that you don't have to put your hands on. Once again, you got bacteria, but also those things that are out they may not be prepared correctly. So you want to make sure that everything you have is something that's good for you, but also safe to eat, and you're not going to be worrying about it too much. Finally, you want to make sure that where you're going is a good place, right? You want to make sure there's something there for everybody, and that it's not just the kids are going to be just having the fun. I know Disneyland and that sort of thing can be a good place for adults and kids, but yeah, you don't want to go to like a water park where it's just mainly for kids and the adults can't really do anything, and you're just basically running around stressing out trying to keep your eye on these kids and make sure that they don't hurt themselves or go missing or something like that. So the family vacations, they can be chaotic, but if you keep all this in mind, you'll be ready to go when you get there. So that's Jason McLaren signing off.